Welcome to day 4 of Vlogmas. Now, I'm bringing this video a little bit later in the day. I'll probably look a little bit dishevelled. It's Saturday, the 4th of December, and I've dashed out this morning. I've done obviously jobs at home, got ready, gone to ukulele practice, then I've gone straight to the co-op, got some groceries, drove home, popped them all away, had a quick cuppa with my husband, and dashed off to yoga, had lunch, and just had a cuppa and a pastry, and then I've just come straight in to talk to you. So yeah, it's been a bit full on. This is what Saturdays is like for me. I'm normally very busy in the morning anyway with like ukulele practice and yoga, so but there's going to be no yoga on Saturday, not next week, the week after, because they're closing down for Christmas. And I get quite long holidays with ukulele practice. We get the regular school holidays off plus an extra week, normally either side of it, or just one extra week anyway. So Easter, we get 2 weeks off for Easter, we get like 3 weeks off for Easter, just the way, because we practice in a school. That's why we have our practice. So yeah, that's what happens. Anyway, I'm going to show you my advent calendars in a moment. So yeah, it's been, I've been looking forward to opening these all morning. But it was lovely actually at ukulele practice, because we are practicing to perform at the Cavern Club in Liverpool early December. However, I've made the decision that I'm not going to go this time. So yeah, what it is, I was hoping that my youngest son was going to get invited to play his guitar, but he has his lessons with school, but it's the same company, but he needs to really go on a Saturday morning to be getting an invite to go when I go, basically. But he just likes, because gets up and goes to school every morning, he doesn't really want to get out of bed that early on a Saturday morning. And do you know what, I can't blame him either, and he does his guitar at school. So yeah, I've decided to not go because he's not going. So yeah, because the thing is, we'd have to, someone would need to pick him up from school, and then I'd want my husband to come to Liverpool with me to watch me perform, and all my family. Yeah, so it just makes things really awkward. So yeah, I've decided I'm not going to go. However, I'm still having to practice for a show that I'm not going to do. However, what happened at the end, he said let's play some Christmas songs, so we did about 3 Christmas songs, which was really nice. And as I was leaving, I thought, oh gosh, I'm going to go to the toilet before heading off to the co-op, and have to walk down a really long corridor, and lots of bands meet up, so I have to walk through a hall of people playing trumpets and things, and they were playing Christmas songs, and I passed every room, and every single room they were doing Christmas songs with people singing like very rock style Christmas songs. It was just really magical actually. So yeah, I really enjoy going. It is, a bit of a stress thinking, oh, get up, rush around on a Saturday to go. But when I go, I really enjoy going. And same with yoga, then I have to, rush back, get off to yoga. But I know I'm going to feel so much better for going after. So, yes, that's what Saturdays is like. So, in the way of craft, now I haven't had chance to come back in here, as you've probably realised. I've just been far too busy, and I'm still at the same stage. I've done nothing with these, and I don't even know if I'm going to get back in here today to do some sewing, because I think we've got to nip out and do a few things anyway. So, and tomorrow we're thinking of decorating for Christmas down in the garden room, getting the Christmas tree out and getting things out. So maybe I'll film a bit of that, and maybe some of my handmade decorations I've made in previous years. And what else? Yeah, and we're not going to be getting the real tree. Do you remember me saying we're going to get a real Christmas tree and put it in the hall or something? Yeah, my husband's just not feeling it this year, and you know what, I can hardly blame him, because it's not like we feel extremely in a great place with the house that we're going to be saying, oh, inviting lots of people over and everything, so yeah, when we've got a bit more in the way of extension done, we suspect this time next year we might have a shell of an extension up. I said even then I'd put a Christmas tree in it. So yeah, we'll just see what happens. So I have had something turn up. It's a Christmas gift from my husband. Now it's in the packaging that it's arrived. It arrived while I was at yoga. My husband stuck it in. He goes, "Oh, have you seen you've got a parcel?" And he started asking me about it. But I'd warned my husband, if I get any parcels turn up, please don't look at them closely and don't ask me about them because of Christmas gifts. He said, okay. And what did he do? He questioned me about it. I said, mind your own business, please. What did I tell you? He said, oh, okay. So this, I just wanted to let Katie know. Katie, basically, who watches my channel, and she told me about something that I'm not going to say. Just, I don't think my husband ever puts my videos on, but you never know, do you? So, yeah, Katie, it's arrived. So yeah, it's arrived while I wasn't here, unfortunately, but I'm going to keep that in here, and I'm not going to get it out of the packaging because I don't want, obviously, my husband to come in here and see what it is, you know. So, and my husband's opened his advent calendar, his friend's one, and today he got a Central Perk notebook, and he got some Central Perk stickers. Now this was sticking in his advent calendar a little bit strange, so we don't actually know if he was supposed to take that out today. We don't know if it was sticking out one of the other doors, but there you go. So that's what he got in that one. And last night I did some more knitting. Right, let me get this out. So as you can guess, Terry's chocolate orange. So obviously you've seen number 1. And I've got 2 more now, but they haven't got any holly leaves on them yet. But what I did with this one, I can tell which one it was. That was the one I did last night. So I did that thing that I did with the other one. I did one less row of colour work, and you don't even notice it, right? And I've done that chunkier ridge on the bottom, and I get that by doing a purl row first after I've cast on. You get that chunkier look at the bottom. So yeah, so I've got 3 now showing you in there, and I've just got 2 more to do. So basically, if I get cracking, I can kind of get one of these done. I know that I cast on, didn't I, that one yesterday, and did 1 row of stitching in the morning, and I did the rest of it last night. So I know I can get 1 cover stitched up in a day, and then it's going to be the leaves. So I am really tempted to start making the leaves for these other Christmas puddings, but I'm thinking, oh, shall I just crack on with the covers? But then would it break it up a little bit, having a bit of break from the knitted covers and then going to the leaves? I don't know. So yeah, just watch this space and we'll see what happens. And if I get a chance to come in here, I'll work on the star Christmas tree. And hopefully, if it's not today, just as soon as I can, I'm going to do a bit of work on that. So, advent calendars, right. Now my crafty so-and-so one looked like it's opened up on its own down here, so I'll pop that up there. I'll open my hemline one first, the one that I won. I'll show you the front of this again. It's like a shop front. Oh, and actually, I'll show you inside this again, because I don't think I've showed the inside of this since the first day, just in case I've got someone popping along that hasn't watched the first day. So that's what it's looking at the moment. So far, everything I've had to take out has come out of the bottom. So let me find day 4. Hopefully, it will be quick to find like the other days have been. And yes, I found it straight away. And it's actually not one of the ones at the bottom this time. It's up here, look, so pop that out. I'm taking all the boxes out as I go, just so when I come back in here to look for days, it's going to make it easier as we go along. So as I told you before, it tells you what it is, and it says polyester thread black. That's what it says on there, so that's self-explanatory, isn't it? So there you go. So I don't know, would this be, do hemline make thread? themselves. I'm guessing they do, so maybe that's their own brand of thread. So that's handy to have, isn't it? I might not put that in my calendar stash. I might just put that straight into thread stash or something. I've got some thread suitcase things. Oh, something's fallen on me. What was that? Oh, it's Stickman. Yeah, it'll bring in Stickman. Yeah, some viewers might not have seen him before. It's lovely, isn't it? It's crocheted, and yeah, I had a kit from a magazine to make him for ages, and then I just didn't do him because it caught me by surprise, because I was expecting he was going to be like Aragorumi, where you work in the round, but he wasn't. He's actually worked, his legs and his body's worked on a flat, up and down, and then you do the arms separately. But he's lovely. It's perfect to show this time of year, isn't he? It's, if you're not aware of Stickman, it's basically I think it comes from a children's storybook, but the BBC show a little film of Stickman and his story. I can hear something else above me, like something's going to fall on my head. Hopefully not. So where was Stickman sitting? I think a few things look like they're going to fall off here, don't they? So maybe, yeah. See if I can bend him to sit here. He's got pipe cleaners and things. No, he's not wanting to stay sitting on that box, is he? He's gonna go. Is he gonna? No, he looks like he's going to stay. He always looks like he's doing a rap with his hands, doesn't he? Right, hang on, let me prop him up a bit. I'm not going to attempt putting him behind my head again, because he's just going to fall off, isn't he? I've still got my poinsettia here yet. I haven't got anything for him yet. So that's my hemline one. So that's something useful, isn't it? Maybe I should have a look where tomorrow's is. Yeah, I can see where tomorrow's is. Can you believe we're going to be on day 5 already? That's crazy, isn't it? So, right, I might have to cut a bit out now while I look through my crafty so-and-so box to find day 4. That's taken me quite a while to find that. I actually found number 5 pretty quick, but 4 was very near the bottom. But what I've done is, to make things easier, I've grabbed number 5 and I've put it on the top, so tomorrow I won't have to go rooting around for it. Actually, there's something really funny that's happened. Unfortunately, my eldest son and his girlfriend parted ways around September time, because his girlfriend's gone off to uni in Bristol, and they did try to keep things going a little bit, and it just wasn't working out really. You know, the long distance thing, which is such a shame, but they parted ways. They haven't had like a big falling out or anything, but they don't phone each other or anything now at all. They've just totally cut ties. My son did have to, her mum did contact him this week, and she said, oh, do you want to come over and get your Wii? It's like a computer console, because it was over there. And he drove over and he had a good old chat with her, and she said, oh, you know, I hope you could both still be friends and everything. So yeah, it's just one of those things with life. And obviously my son, he might be going off to uni next year. Like he might, I'm hoping that he goes to Coventry Uni and he drives, and he could basically stay at home and drive to uni. But he's looking at apprenticeships and things like that as well. So yeah, we don't know what will be happening next year exactly, but that's what happened. However, I don't know if this is anything going to be going in a serious direction. I do not know. I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but my son went out to the cinema with a girl last night, and I think he dropped her home, and he told me what her name is, and he said that she'd got a brother with autism. And then they obviously had a bit of something in common, and having a little chat and things. And then I said, "What's her last name?" Right, and it turns out she's the daughter of one of my closest friends. Right, but the thing is, the children don't really know each other, because my friend, these two very close friends of mine, we met each other at autism groups and things, and we basically become very, very close friends. They're probably the only friends I currently meet up with these two friends, and it just happens to be one of the lady's daughters. I couldn't believe it. So, but what's really funny is he doesn't realise they have met before. We met up years ago at a park, and we took all the children, but they were much younger. And yeah, and I remember thinking all these are similar age and sort of like looking at each other, but he doesn't remember. So I just think it's so funny. So yeah, but I don't know if they're meeting up again or anything, but he did really enjoy the movie and everything. So yeah, what a small one. But the funny thing is, I'm actually seeing that friend. I haven't told my friend because I've only just literally found this out at lunchtime, and I'm actually seeing my two friends for lunch on Monday. So I thought I might as well say, I don't think she watches my videos, so I'm going to save the news and tell her on Monday. How funny is that? But then I don't want to get her daughter into trouble, because what if, like, she hasn't said she's gone out with a boy or something, you know? You don't know, do you? So anyway, it's a little bit crazy, and it is a small world, because the his girlfriend that he was with before, her auntie and uncle live next door, but that wasn't how they met each other. This all come to light after they met. And I said to my son, I said, I think people have said that people in Solihull, that they're like inbreds, and I think that's what often happens. People in Solihull end up dating with people in Solihull, and they often stay here forever, kind of thing. So eventually, you know, yeah, it's really hard to not know someone that knows someone. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just find that really funny. So anyway, number 4. Oh, now it's the thing that we all need once in a while, and there's no shame in having it, right? And it's not always for mistakes. Sometimes things need to be done as a temporary measure. Can you guess what it is? It's either a quick unpick, however you prefer to call it, or a seam ripper. So yeah, we all need those in our life, don't we, every now and then. So sometimes I actually sew up a seam that I know is going to be a turning gap, but I'll sew it up gently, and then I'll press it, and then I'll unpick it, just so I can get a nice edge for when I hand sew. So yes, it's not always for mistakes. It's just, you know, we do need them. Do you know what's actually really funny? I actually lost a seam ripper. I was sewing like a crazy lady every day, right? And I felt really proud of myself. I couldn't find mine, and you know, it was missing for 6 months, and I didn't need it. And then eventually I purchased another one, found the other one straight after, as you do, and then I just needed it all the time. I just kept on needing it, and I thought I was jinxed. Is it better not owning one, and then you never need it, right? So, but anyway, so I've opened that one. Do you know what, I don't think I'm going to put that back in my calendar stash, because I keep kind of seeing rippers and that kind of thing on here. So I'm going to pop that straight in there. And I've got to give my husband his Central Perk things back. I haven't given him that one back from yesterday. But I did say to him, shall we keep it on the sellotape shelf in the craft room? Because, you know, that's where we keep that kind of thing. Right. Where are we? Number 4. Oh gosh, right. Is that? Oh no, it isn't. There is a gift in there. I thought there wasn't one in there. I remember me saying some of them that I haven't put anything in. Ah, right. Now this this was one of the first things I ordered for my advent calendar, I think. And it came pre-wrapped, so I haven't had to wrap it. And it's Little House of Victoria. Now, I think I got this from Hachanda TV. They're not called Hachanda TV now. They've changed company names. It's like the craft store or something. But that's from them. And I think I can remember what it is. It's exciting. I remember when this came, I really wanted to open it straight away and not save it for my calendar. If it's a thing I'm thinking of, anyway. Oh, yes! Like, I didn't know how big it was exactly because I've only seen on a picture, but it's a magnetic enamel needle minder, and look what the theme is. One of my favourites. Oh, excuse my nails. I've got like a coral nail varnish on and it's all chipped now. Like, show what I told you, it lasts like a day. Can you see it? It's lovely, isn't it? It's so nice. I think it, has it moved out? I think it's supposed to be in the centre of the card like that. I think it had moved. But, oh, who scored? Oh, West Ham have just scored. It's Chelsea, West Ham. West Ham have just scored, so it's 3-2 now. Right, sorry about that. I'm just getting notifications. I get notifications come up on my phone for Chelsea, Liverpool and Aston Villa. Those are the 3 teams that I follow. So, there you go. I don't bother watching the matches half the time. I did have Chelsea on while I was watching, having lunch, but I mainly just keep an eye on the scores and tables and, you know, see a little bit of the news. There's no escaping it in my house anyway with my husband. Yeah, that is lovely, isn't it? It's so nice. But I'm guessing even this is from a company in Manchester, Little House of Victoria, and there's a website.com. So that's great, isn't it? So I think what the idea with this is, have I got something I can show you on? Right, pretend I'm doing some embroidery in a hoop, right? And you put the magnet on the back of the fabric and the bee on the front, and it's somewhere where you can store a needle. So have I got any needles to hand? I've got a darning needle. Now I don't know if it will stick to the bee itself. Oh, it does? No way. I thought it might just stick to the back. It will stick to the magnet at the back, but if you put, say if you've got embroidery in a hoop, you pop that on. I know you can't really see from there, can you? But I'm just explaining. And the needle will actually stick to it. So that's really lovely, isn't it? So that will be really nice to use. So basically, I'm going to take that straight up. Oh, actually, I'll show you up close. Pretend that's the magnet on the fabric. That's it up close, look. So that's going to go straight upstairs with me because my little sewing suitcase is upstairs, down the side of my bed, right? So, yeah, I'm going to pop that in there. So when I'm doing my hand embroideries, I've got a nice little bee needle minder. So I really hope you've liked seeing what I've chose for myself for my advent calendar so far. I'm just trying to jog my memory what it is. So I've had those Christmas enamel stitch markers on day one. I did show those more closely on day one, didn't I? I've had the Me Made enamel badge, the Merchant and Mills bobbin and needle threader, and now the bee needle minder. So obviously I'm really delighted with everything I've got in my advent calendar, but I'm going to be, aren't I? I was purchasing little things all year, and if I wasn't desperate for it, I was thinking, right, I'll keep that for my calendar. It was quite painful doing it, I must admit, because I just wanted things there and then. But this is like Christmas, isn't it? Well, it is coming up to Christmas, but you know what I'm saying? It's all come at once, and I'm getting a lovely little thing every single day, and I feel like I haven't spent any money either because I've spent. I was doing this all year, so you know. So anyway, so thank you so much for joining me so far. I think we have got a nip out, and I think I'm a bit knotty. I'm going to sort my hair out, so maybe I'll pop back to you later. Maybe just with footage of anything. Maybe there's nothing, I don't know. I'll try and film something. And and maybe I'll come back and have a chat with you later and let you know anything of interest. But in all honesty, there might not be anything interesting to share with you, but who knows. It's just, obviously, I've had a quite a busy day already. I might just want to sit and chill, and I suppose I could do a bit of knitting, because I can just relax, can't I, and do a bit of knitting, and that'll be quite relaxing anyway if I'm feeling a bit tired. So anyway, I'm going to go now, and I'll see you later. Bye. Right, welcome back. Now I've decided to just pop back on, have a little chat with you, and then end the video, right, because I haven't been anywhere. After I left you on that last little bit of video, I went into my husband, and there was still a few minutes of that football match on, the Chelsea West Ham. So I thought, well, while he's in there still watching that, I'm going to come back in here. So I came back in, and I actually sewed the biggest star of the Christmas tree. So I basically sewed all around the outside. I then clipped the corners, pressed it, turned it the right side round, pressed it. Then I drew a circle around the middle of the star using this as a template, and I knew that this has got to go through the middle. So if I sew a circle on my star bigger than this, it's going to fit. So that's what I did. I drew the circle, sewed round it a few times, then I stuffed my star. I took it upstairs to stuff it, hand stitched the hole, and I cut the hole out the middle actually as well, and that's what I've got, look. So that is the base of my Christmas tree. So I think it's going to be a lot smaller than I envisioned, I think. Maybe, do you know what's quite exciting though? Do you know, if I make this small star Christmas tree, in the future, maybe more ahead of time, obviously, because the big Christmas tree, I'd have had to trace all the stars out, wouldn't I? Where I haven't had to with this, I could photocopy them. Maybe, I could go to a photocopy shop, if those still exist these days. Do that for another Christmas, couldn't I? Do the big Christmas tree, but this can be a bit of a prototype. But yeah, but that's the largest size, but I still think it's going to look wonderful. So it fits lovely, look. Ta-da! Obviously, this is going to need to be cut down, this rod, I suspect. Because it will be, I'll have to get a pot, right, or some kind of bucket to put it in, and then I'll build up, and then I'll have to decide how tall do I want this, and get my husband to saw a bit off for me, because he's the woodsman, so he'll be able to that. So Sharon, this is what, because thank you, Sharon, and was it Teresa? Or Deborah suggested using something thinner, but this is how you do it. Just basically, you stitch round in a circle, and then cut it out like that. So, and then it just goes through. So, and I think this will be a bit more sturdy, won't it? I could actually glue that into the bottom of a bucket or a plant pot, couldn't I? And yeah, and that will sit quite nicely. So so what happened is, then I did that, and then when I went upstairs to stuff it, I thought, well, my husband's going to want to go out now, and it turns out he doesn't want to go out. He wants to go out Monday now, he's saying, because Liverpool are playing, so he's down in the garden room watching football, so watching Liverpool, and I just basically cast on. Well, it's so funny, I think my husband, he'll like go off and he'll watch football down in the garden room. Sometimes he'll watch it where I'm crafting, it's not all the time he'll go down there, but then all my boys, one by one, which is lovely, all wanted to come and talk to me individually, and I'm kind of trying to count 44 stitches on this knitting needle. So it had a lot of stop and start, and I was doing 10 stitches at a time and had a chat, another 10, had a chat, another 10, had a chat, and I've managed to achieve 7 rows of stockinette stitch of the next Christmas pudding. So there's about 32 rows per Christmas pudding, and obviously there's some rows there's meant to be 4 colour work rows, but I do 3 now that take a bit of time. You just take your time because you kind of have to keep passing the yarn over and untwisting and everything, and just I try and do it really slow and, you know, nice and calm. So yeah, so yeah, they're quite quick to do really. But my husband's gone down to the garden room. We've had a little cuppa at half time, and he's gone back down there to watch the second half. But I need to go to Boots the chemist, but it is about a 20-minute drive, 15-20 minutes. So I'm tempted to go now, go to Boots the chemist, and then come back ready for Chinese time. And what I could do is, there's a Hobbycraft right by there, so I could nip in there and see if I could get a little bucket. There used to be a home base, so I could have got a bit of plant pot, but there is B&Q, so I could always get a little pot from B&Q or something. I've probably got some kind of pot somewhere I can use for this, but yeah, I'm in 2 minds. Do I go back upstairs now? I could sit and finish off the editing of this video and carry on knitting, or do I go off to Boots? I don't know. Right. Because tomorrow I want to do the Christmas tree. So yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare. Do you know what? I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay up. I've decided. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get this video edited, saved and uploaded, and carry on my knitting, and I will see you tomorrow. So I'm sorry there's been no footage, even though I've had a really busy day and it's been delightful. You know, ukulele practice, yoga, it's been really lovely, but obviously I've got nothing to share with you other than me sitting here chatting with you. So, but thank you so much for joining me today. And I called it Vlogmas, didn't I, at the start? I watched the beginning bit back, called it Vlogmas. Well, you know, it kind of is Vlogmas, isn't it? But I'm calling it Stitchmas. So thank you for joining me for my Stitchmas / Vlogmas number 4. And I'll be back with you tomorrow for day number 5, and see if we can crack on with anything else. But maybe I'll have a bit of some Christmas makes from the past to show you tomorrow when I start delving into the boxes. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.